Hey y'all, Fat Man Outdoors. Hey, if you like the video, click that like button and click subscribe so that you'll get notifications whenever we post new content. Appreciate you watching. This is the Fat Man. I'm gone. Hey y'all, Fat Man Outdoors. I want to make a real quick little video here. Well, I'm going to try to make it as quick as I can. It's got a lot of stuff we got to go over, so you listen fast and I'll talk fast and maybe we can all get out of here. What I've got today that I want to show you is a Kel Tec P17 22 long rifle. Make sure it's not loaded. Get the mag out. Nothing in the barrel. Magazine's out. Gun's unloaded. What I want to show you is the features of this little pistol. This little pistol is amazing. For the amount of money you have to spend to get one of these little pistols and the stuff you get and the dependability of this little pistol, it doesn't make sense. You would expect, once we go over everything that's in this little pistol, you would expect to pay $500, maybe $600 for this little 22 pistol. Okay, but let's get started. Let's start at the back. You have a fully adjustable rear sight. It'll adjust for elevation and for windage. It is a simple notch, but it's very effective. The front sight is a green fiber optic, and you can find this thing incredibly fast. It gives you a great sight picture. It gives you a great visual lock to put the green dot in that notch. It's just, they just play right together. I mean, you can, it's just natural for it to fall in line. It feels really, really good when you do it. Now, also at the back of the pistol, I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, that little square hole right there. You'll see that red. What that is this is a hammer-fired 22 long rifle, which means it's got a striker that is struck with a hammer to then hit, to land on the rim of the cartridge to fire the pistol. That is painted red to show you that the gun is cocked. Pretty neat little feature, a little window you can see that the gun is cocked. The gun has ambidextrous safety, one on each side, and it also has ambidextrous magazine release, and that is so nice because you can reach it with your trigger finger or your thumb. Throw a mag in. It's an empty mag, so everybody knows you can get it, and the mags will just fall right out. They go out really good empty, and they designed this little part right here of the grip, and it made the grip where it fits great in your hand because it's really thin, but it's quite thick front to back. So it really fills up, even my big hands, it fills up my hands. But the cool thing about that little area right here that made the grip wider from front to back, it causes the palm of your hand to stay away from the magazine while you're dropping the mag, so you don't have to worry about that your hand's going to hit the mag and cause anything to hang up, because you're, as you can see, you're way a long way. You got all this space right here that keeps you from getting to the mag, so it allows you to drop that mag no problem. You ain't got to worry about hitting it, and they just fly out of it empty. Pretty neat little feature. I like that. Now the next thing is the takedown on this little pistol. Takedown is very, 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 very simple. You got two little takedown buttons right here. You don't have to push both of them at the same time. You can hold the gun just like you was going to shoot it. Make sure it's empty, and it says to make sure it's on safety. It will come apart on safety or not, but I think it's just so that you don't accidentally pull the trigger and let the hammer free fall, not striking anything, because then you could potentially break some stuff, because these guns are about 85% polymer. But anyway, you just take your trigger finger, push down on that, pull all the way back on your slide, lift up, and the gun is disassembled. KelTec says that's as far as you need to go. You can take the thread protector off of the end of the barrel, which we'll talk about that just in a minute, if you want to take the slide spring off and clean around the barrel, or clean the spring itself if you shot it a lot, because some 22 ammos, they will put out a lot of soot, and you may need to get into that area, but they give you a wrench to take that off. Like I said, we'll talk about that in a moment. Same exact process to put it back. You just put the end of the slide over the barrel, pull it all the way back, make sure you got your finger on here, pull the takedown lever down, and it's back. That's all there is to it. That's all you got to do. Now, the next thing that I want to show you about this little gun, which I thought was awesome. This is something that they should put in every gun, I think, if you every handgun anyway. On the end of this, there is a thread protector. So that means, guess what? Yeah, there's threads in there. They give you a little tool, and that little black thing right there is the adapter that screws on the end of your barrel that makes it 1/2 by 28. Everybody know what goes on a 1/2 by 28. That's right. It's suppressor ready right out of the box. All you have to do is screw off the thread protector, screw back on the adapter, put your suppressor on there, and away you go. That's awesome. That is such a great innovative thing that they allowed to do, and then like I said, we're going to talk about the money here in a minute. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Okay, also included in the box when you get this, there's 2 extra mags. So you can see you got 3 16-round mags. So that's why it's called the P17. It's got 16 in the mag, 1 in the pipe. You could carry enough ammo right here to take care of just about any situation you're going to run across. It's got one of them crazy gun locks if you need one. Some states require you, I think, to have them, but yeah, there's one in there. But that's just so far. That's what we've got here. Okay, we got ambidextrous safety. We got ambidextrous magazine release. We have a threaded barrel. We have the most simple takedown of any gun that I've ever been around to get them down to field strip level. That's crazy. I mean, you can literally do it in 2 seconds. And then on top of that, the trigger on this thing, you are going to say, oh my goodness, when you pull the trigger. It does got some take up. But then when you get to the take up and there's just a little creep, let me turn the safe off, then and then it's gone. I don't have my trigger gauge in here. When we get ready to go to the range, I will take my trigger gauge with me and weigh this. It's just got a little, let's see, let me put it this way. Okay, now I've hit the wall and it's gone. I mean, it's literally maybe 3 pounds, maybe. I ain't even sure it's that heavy. The trigger on my PMR is awesome, and I think the trigger on this one, the only drawback I see was that little bit of take up, but it's got maybe 1/4 inch of take up, but there is no abrupt stop. It's just you're pulling and it's gone. This is what I call a Charmin trigger. You squeeze it, it moves. Okay, that's what you get. It does not have an ambidextrous slide stop. It just has one right here. But now the slide stop, that's one thing. I'm not complaining because I don't got to complain about this gun at all. The only thing about the slide stop is quite small. It's just a little bitty dude right there. But now it's easy to put the slide down by pulling it. It's not got a lot of pressure on it or anything. But you know, I mean, that's the only thing that I could have seen that they could have done really to improve what they've done. The gun's got a great grip. The gun has a really good trigger guard. It's got a good, it's textured up front of the trigger guard, so if you grip, so you have something to hold on to. Of course, it's not going to have that kind of recoil anyway. It's got the ambidextrous safety. It's got the ambidextrous magazine release. Got the threaded barrel. Got the fully adjustable sights, and it is also drilled right here so that you can put a red dot on it if you want to get one. They also actually sell one, comes from the factory already with a factory red dot on it. They're quite a bit more expensive. I'm going to think they're about $150 more if you're going to get one that's got the red dot already on it. But that's, of course, that's paying for the mount, paying for the red dot, yada yada yada. But I mean, it's incredible the stuff that they've put into this little pistol. The weight, fully loaded, this gun weighs about 14 ounces. Yeah, 14 ounces. Not a pound and 14 ounces, 14 ounces. I usually carry a CZ 9mm, and this gun is half the weight of that CZ 9mm. It's amazing what they've done. You know, KelTec is always making huge advancements in new ways of thinking in the firearms industry. Very, very, very rarely do you ever see someone come out with a new firearm that is so innovative, that is so ahead of its time, that you could say they really, really, really hit a home run with this. But this is something, I mean, when you, there's not a lot you can say that I could look at this gun and say, do this, it would have improved it. I mean, it's got good magazine capacity. It's set up to go suppressor right out of the box. Ambidextrous operation controls, good. I mean, awesome sights. I love these sights, and they're so simplistic, and they work so good. They give you 3 magazines, and then on top of that, these things will run like a Volkswagen. 2,000 rounds through a pistol with no feed jams, no failures to eject, no failures to feed, and putting everything in it, from the hottest CCI mini mags that you can get all the way down to the old stuff that Grandpa had in a coffee can out in the barn. The daggum thing will eat it. You can't stop it. It will just keep running. I ain't even going to I'm going to make a short video about at the range about showing its accuracy, but there's no point in making a video of showing how many rounds. I thought about making a 2,000 round video out of it and showing that it wouldn't jam, but you can go on the internet, on YouTube, and there's probably half a dozen, maybe more, of guys that's already done 2,000, 2,300, 2,500, 2,700 rounds, no jams that had anything to do with the handgun. A couple of them had a failure to fire because it was just bad ammo. But for a 22 long rifle, and you could put pretty much anything in it, and it's going to run it, that's crazy. Now let's talk about the important part of this. The price. You can pick these up sometimes right now on sale for $179. That's crazy. 3 different colors. You can get them in black, you can get them in tan like this one, or you can get them in green. They all come with 3 magazines. They all come suppressor ready right out of the box, and it's just nuts. There's nothing to maintenance. You know, we clean the. Now, one thing I do want to say that Kel Tec says that when you're going to do maintenance, clean the barrel this way. Okay, don't go this way when you're pushing your cleaning rods through it. Always go that way, so that as you brush the stuff out of the barrel, it's going that way to get it out of the gun, not putting it down inside of here in the mechanism. Now, I wanted to show you that right there. That's the hammer right there. You can see the red paint on the end of the hammer. That's the hammer. But guys, this is, I don't want to come out and say that it's my favorite gun already, but I'll tell you one thing, it's going to be hard to beat. The P17 Kel Tec. Guys, go pick you one of these up if you're thinking about getting your wife or your daughter a handgun that they can handle and they don't have to worry about the recoil, and it's going to have enough ammo in it to where they can send a lot of lead in the direction of what they want to send it at. Check this out. Go buy it. You can get them about anywhere from $179 to $249. Buy one local. I bought mine local. I gave about $30 more than what I could have got it if I'd ordered at a big box store or ordered it online, but I wanted to spend money local. I want to say thank you to Fry's Outdoor Sports in Monticello, Kentucky. This is where it come from, that I purchased this from. Y'all go up and see Richard. He'll make you a good deal on guns. This is an awesome little weapon. P17 Kel Tec, guys. Go check it out. This is a Fat Man. I'm gone.